Good morning, friends, and welcome to this Sunday morning special 10 a.m. story time. My name is Librarian Leslie, and I work for Surrey Libraries. Why is this a special story time? Because we're celebrating a very special person. The mummies of the world. Yes. There are lots of people that love us and take care of us. Daddies, grandmas, grandpas, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, teachers, nannies. This morning, however, we are celebrating all the mummies. Okay, so before we start celebrating our mummies, can we wave and say hello? We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello. With all our friends at story time, we wave and say hello. We clap and say hello. We clap and say hello. With all our friends at story time, we clap and say hello. We stomp and say hello. We stomp and say hello. With all our friends at story time, we stomp and say hello. All right, let's start our next song right away. This song has some clapping and it has some spelling. And it goes like this. I have a very special friend and Mommy is her name. Oh, here's the spelling part. M-O-M-M-Y. Can you spell with me? M-O-M-M-Y and again. M-O-M-M-Y and Mommy is her name. Oh, now we're going to take this M off, and when we come to this letter, we just clap. I have a very special friend and Mommy is her name. Oh, O-M-M-Y, O-M-M-Y, O-M-M-Y and Mommy is her name. Oh, I have a very special friend. Mommy is her name. Oh, M-M-Y, M-M-Y, M-M-Y and Mommy is her name. Oh, you've got it. I have a very special friend. Mommy is her name. Oh, M-Y, M-Y, M-Y and Mommy is her name. Oh, no more M's. I have a very special friend. Mommy is her name. Oh, Y, Y, Y and Mommy is her name. Oh, here's our big finish. All clapping. I have a very special friend. Mommy is her name. Oh, and Mommy is her name. Oh, that was fun. I love clapping. Now we have a story that's also going to be on the felt board. This is a story about a mummy mouse and her son, Little Mouse. Mummy Mouse said to Little Mouse, "Upstairs you go and go to bed. Don't forget to brush your teeth." Then Mummy Mouse went up and tucked Little Mouse in and read him a story. And as she was leaving the room, Little Mouse said, "Mother, Mother, I want another." Another? Mrs. Mouse went down the stairs into the kitchen and got straight onto the phone. Little Mouse was tucked snug and cozy in bed, when all of a sudden Mother came back and Mrs. Duck was with her. What? And Mrs. Duck started to sing a lullaby. Quack, quack, mousie, don't you fret. I'll bring you worms that are fat and wet. Ooh, baby Little Mouse said, "No, I don't want worms. Mother, Mother, I want another." What? Mother went back down the stairs and called her good friend, Mrs. Frog. Mrs. Frog came into Little Mouse's bedroom and she sang him this lullaby. Croak, croak, mousie, close your eyes. I'll bring you nice, fat and juicy flies. Flies? No, said Little Mouse. And he threw off his covers and he said, Mother, Mother, I want another. And so Mother went back down the stairs. And Mrs. Duck put his little covers back on and said, Oh, oh, stay in bed, Little Mouse, stay in bed. And Mrs. Mouse came back up the stairs with another friend. She had called her good friend, Mrs. Pig. Move Mrs. Duck over. There's Mrs. Pig. Mrs. Pig looked down at Little Mouse and she started to sing. Oink, oink, mousie, go to sleep. I'll bring you a carrot that you can keep. I don't want a carrot. And he looked up at his mummy and he said, Mother, Mother, I want another. So Mother went back downstairs. She got on the phone and she called her friend, Mrs. Donkey. Look at all of these mothers. How many mothers can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mothers. And Mrs. Donkey started to sing another lullaby. Ee-aw, mousie, hush-a-bye. I'll sing you a donkey lullaby. That was it. Little Mouse threw the covers off again and he stood up and he said, Mother, Mother, I don't want another mother. I want another kiss. A kiss, said Mother Mouse. Why didn't you say so? I tried. Well, all of the mothers, Mrs. Duck, mwah, Mrs. Frog, mwah, Mrs. Pig, mwah, and Mrs. Donkey, mwah, all gave Little Mouse a kiss. Then Mother Mouse put him back to bed, covered him in his little blanket, and she said, Good night, my little mouse. Mother, Mother, can I have another? Another what? She laughed. Another kiss. Of course you can, my darling. Mwah. And that's the end of that story. Wasn't that sweet? He sure got lots of kisses, huh? Well, now I have to do something very special with my felt board because I'm going to do a puppet story and the felt board is too dark. So there's a nice smooth white sheet. And this is a story called The Magic Lullaby, and it's got another mother in it. Well, one night in the forest, in the chickadee nest, there was a little baby chickadee. And that little chickadee would not go to sleep. All night she would cry, chickadee-dee-dee-dee, chickadee-dee-dee-dee, mother, 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 mummy, 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 mum, 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 mum. Oh my goodness, Mommy Chickadee was gonna pull out her head feathers. She was so frustrated. Papa Chickadee couldn't get any time with Mother because she was busy, busy, busy with that baby chickadee. So they both prayed for a miracle. And a miracle happened. Down from the top of the Douglas trees wafted a magical lullaby. And it landed right on Mama Chickadee's tongue. And as soon as it landed there, she began to sing, These precious wings, your precious wings, these precious feet, your precious feet, sleep, baby, sleep. And as soon as she sang that lullaby, it was a miracle. Clunk. Baby Chickadee went to sleep. And that seemed like a good ending to our story, didn't it? Nope, because at the very top of that Douglas fir tree, there lived a big raven. Ah! Ah! And he couldn't sleep either. He had horrible insomnia. That's a big word, isn't it? It just means he couldn't sleep. And so all night he tossed and he turned and he turned and he tossed and he tossed and he turned until he heard Mama Chickadee singing the beautiful lullaby. And he said to himself, wow,
I want that lullaby for my own. Ooh, gotta have it so I can sleep too.
And so he dove down into the nest and he stole the lullaby the next night right off of Mama Chickadee's tongue. Well, so when Papa Chickadee came home, he thought he was coming home to a quiet nest and he and Mama could have a nice visit. But when he came home, he heard this. And Papa Chickadee said, Mama, what happened to the magical lullaby? It's gone? What happened? And Mama Chickadee said, oh dear, Raven came and he stole it right off of my tongue. And she started to cry. Oh, it was horrible. We will see about that, said Papa Chickadee, and he flew up to the nest where Raven was singing himself to sleep.
These precious wings, my precious wings, these precious footies, my precious footies, sleep, me, sleep.
Oh, Papa Chickadee was mad when he heard that, and he said, Yo, Raven, that lullaby doesn't belong to you.
Oh, I need it.
No, you can't have it, said Papa Chickadee. It's our lullaby so we can put our baby chickadee to sleep.
Well, too bad. I'm keeping it.
Oh, we'll see about that. And Papa Chickadee took his little bow and arrow and he pulled back that arrow. It was pointy, pointy, pointy. And he pulled it back and he went zing. And it went right into Raven's wing. And Raven went,
oh, owie, 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 owie. My wing is on fire. Oh, why are you being so mean?
Because you took something that isn't yours, said Papa Chickadee. Give it back now.
No, please don't make me. Boo-hoo-hoo.
I'm telling you, give it back.
No.
Yes.
No.
And so Papa Chickadee took another arrow and it went zing.
Ouchie.
And it landed right on Raven's bum.
Oh, my butt's on fire.
Well, give it back.
Oh, here.
And he spat it out, and Papa Chickadee caught it, and he flew back down into the night of his very own nest. And there was baby Chickadee. Chickadee-dee-dee-dee, chickadee-dee-dee-dee, mummy, 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 mum, mum, mum. And he gave Mummy back the lullaby. She put it on her tongue, and she started to sing, these precious wings, your precious wings, these precious feet, your precious feet, sleep, baby, sleep. And the miracle happened again. And baby Chickadee went clunk. And that can't be the end. What about Raven? Well, Raven had to come down a few branches in life. And he built his nest just above where the chickadees lived. And every night when Mama Chickadee sang to baby Chickadee the beautiful magic lullaby, they were both together, and they were listening to the lullaby together. These precious wings, your precious wings, these precious feet, your precious feet, sleep, baby, sleep, clunk. And everybody in the Douglas fir tree lived sleepily ever after. Can we sing our goodbye song? That's all the time we have for this special Mother's Day program. But I'll see you tomorrow for Monday morning story time at 10 a.m. We wave and say goodbye. We wave and say goodbye. With all our friends at story time, we wave and say goodbye. We clap and say goodbye. We clap and say goodbye. With all our friends at story time, we clap and say goodbye. Let's stomp. We stomp and say goodbye. We stomp and say goodbye. With all our friends at story time, we stomp and say goodbye. Goodbye. See you next time.